Okay, we'll see how this goes. Evening all, Chief Prepper here. The web is a buzz of a bunch of shitstorms waiting to happen. That's fine. I'm working on one of the generators that would not start. I'll do a video about that maybe tomorrow. I can't remember why I wanted to get on here and talk. With the ominous threat of World War III on the horizon, much more so than in times past, I guess. You need to really research how scarce food was during both World War I and World War II, and now there's double and triple the amount of people in almost all countries. So this conversation is a lead into something that is a touchy subject. So it's no secret I ain't no fucking skinny man. But I am actively working to change that. Alright. So basically the bottom line is this. And this is going to rub some people wrong, but if you're a fat fuck, you have two choices. You can start dieting now and exercising and changing your health for the better, because being obese is so bad for so many fucking things. High blood pressure fucks your kidneys over, causes a problem in your eyes. If you're diabetic, it makes all that shit worse. You get hardening of the arteries, coronary arteries, you get high blood pressure, heart attack, stroke, all those things. So, and I'll give you some information right now that'll fucking basically will let you know that I'm not talking shit. If you look at any photos from during World War II or right after World War II, everybody was skinny. The entire fucking world was skinny because food was scarce, because people were concentrating on supplying the war effort, concentrating on, if you're in the service, you know, overseas, doing whatever job you're doing. Alright. So, you can start changing your life now, or you can be like those fucks on Survivor back in the early shows, where, you know, I think the guy's name was Tom. Big guy. Big man. He lost over 100 pounds in 6 weeks because there was no food. And I'm going to tell you that he was probably not very happy. So, get to exercising. That's it. Start changing now. Choosing to be a part of a solution instead of letting the solution smack you in the face. Fall is coming. Summer is here, but fall is right around the corner. The election is right around the corner. I still don't think Trump's going to make it to the end, or even if he makes it, I don't think he'll stay in office long, because I think they'll take him out. You need to find out, if you're not into hunting and fishing, you need to find out the hunting seasons, at least in your local area. Some of you may say why. Because there's different game available at different times of the year. Deer season in Texas, I think, opens up November 14th or 15th through the end. I think it's bow. And then for the first 15 days of December, I think it goes to shotgun, and then thereafter it's high-powered rifles. I think depending on what county you're in, into January or through early January. All right, you have spring turkey. If you have turkey, I think there's fall turkey. I'm not sure. There's pheasant, and depending on what part of the country you live in. In Texas, we can shoot wild pigs year-round. So, You need to start looking into bushcrafting, hunting. You need to learn how to fish. There's seasons for fishing too. Catfish is pretty much year round, although they're less active in the winter. Uh, if there's carp in lakes, they're pretty much year round. Bass is spring and summer. You can catch them in the fall, but I don't remember seeing a lot of that. I haven't fished in years in Texas, like on a regular basis. You know, that's a whole art, a whole science. It's not something you're going to pick up overnight. And having said that, July 4th just happened, so your next opportunity to get waterproof M80s won't be until New Year's. If you haven't got some of those, buy multiple packs of them. They don't really go bad. That's just that as they get really dry, they get dangerous because the fuse will flash burn and then it can go off sooner than you want. You drop that in the water, it goes off, fish will float to the top. So that's theory anyway. I haven't actually tried it because you're not going to have time to sit by the lake all fucking day and fish, or even all day and all night. So you need to start watching videos on how to set a snare trap. So it's also an art and a skill. You know, a hunter can go in the woods and see a game trail that is very lightly used and almost not there. And someone who hasn't been in the woods or doesn't spend any time doesn't see anything but grass. Alright, so. And then work on, as soon as possible, getting out of the cities. You know, I'm out of the city, but I'm still too close. I'm trying to get land by late winter, early spring, latest this time next year, depending on what the world is doing. What else? This chatter about Iran possibly being the kickoff point for World War III. I mean, we already know that one possible administration, which is Trump and J.D. Vance, they're not fans of Iran. They're not fans of China. We're in a very precarious situation. There's rumors flying around that Biden may be dead. That all these other stuff. So we look weak. And in the animal kingdom, the weak get preyed upon by the wolves. There was a time when we were the wolf, not as much anymore. So I still go back to, you want to do more prepping than not, but you need to take a little time here and there, live a little, do some stuff. You know, you need to work on, if you don't have a vehicle that will run post EMP, post nuke, post Carrington event, you might want to work on that. You know, there's a long list of shit that you need to do, that you need to have. Alright? You need to be aware of the vectors in the local area and what they carry. Currently in Killeen, the news reports I've seen, there's 4 hotspots for dengue fever, or West Nile, one of them. And we got West Nile, we got Zika, we got dengue fever. You know, some of the people who are coming across the border are carrying tuberculosis and other things. When you think about what the possibility is if we go full bore, shit hits the fan, world without the rule of law routine, if we lose access to medical care and medicine. So, look at how many things we worked our way through. Lockjaw, pork issues, scurvy, lack of fruit, vitamin C, vitamin D deficiencies for people who live Pacific Northwest, which is Northern California through Oregon all the way to Washington State, basically the I-5 corridor, which is west of the Cascades. where there's little to no sun, and this is definitely an issue up in Alaska. You know, there's a reason I'm talking to you about hunting, fishing, and snares and traps and gardening. I got to get out in the garden. I get out there soon, chop up what we have left of the tomato plants, and I want to plant some corn, try growing corn. We're having a weird summer. It's the end of July, and this whole week is supposed to be in the high 80s. The chance of rain is going to be high. So that doesn't happen in Texas very often. Stockpile your meats, stockpile canned vegetables, stockpile dry goods, beans and rice. You know, obviously don't stock shit you don't need. And if you don't eat it because you don't make it, then maybe learn how to make it and learn how to eat it. Alright. You need to learn how to work on your generators. I would tell you that maybe like I'm getting ready to probably order a carburetor for a generator. I may order two. So I got plenty of oil and I got everything else, but I don't have actual carburetors. So, you need to be prepping, and you need to be thinking about what are you going to do. I watched Billy, and he was pretty heated about people who aren't prepping and don't believe in firearms, and you know, I'll call 911. We've had 3 or 4 incidences that I know of. 911 didn't work. What happens? What happens if you got a crazy fuck or some other idiot trying to hurt you or your family? Alright, so you need to think about that. So you need guns. You need ammo. Alright? You need a lot of fucking ammo. I've been seeing news blurbs about the largest U.S. ammo retailer having problems with shareholders. So a lot of, they can't get legislation passed to outlaw guns. They can choke off the supply of ammo. Yeah. And then having a gun without bullets is like having a paperweight. It's a rock, basically. Especially if you don't have brass primers, powder, and what we call raw bullets, the actual bullet in raw form that you can, and then you have to know how to reload. That's a science unto itself. So, exercise, hunting, fishing, traps and snares, grow your food, security, water, filtration, harden your wherever you're living at. If I decide to do it, I'll show a video, but I can talk you through what to do right now. Get a masonry bit and if you have one, or if you can borrow one, a hammer drill, because it makes drilling into concrete a lot easier. Measure out about an inch from your door in your front of your house, your front door, especially if you have concrete. Drill a hole about an inch and a half deep, and then get you some round steel stock, even threaded will work. And you can drop that in the floor behind the door at night, and then you can put in I don't know what you call it, but it's basically a metal thing at the top of your door, basically the same distance, and you can put 3-inch screws into the door jamb above your door and then put a bolt so that basically you raise it up so the top, bottom, and the top of your door will have a much stronger capability. And then on top of that, you need to put in 3 or 4 inch screws in your door jamb, because most people don't know this, but police have door hammers, is what I call them. We had them in Iraq too, where you can knock an entire door frame off of a house into the house if you're big enough and strong enough to swing it. If you're not, then 2 or 3 hits and the door comes off the hinges or the frame flies in. The second thing you need to know is, according to I think most building codes, you have to check this, but if you go to your back door, your hinge pins are on the outside. So if that's the case, you want to change that shit so that your hinge pins are on the inside. If they're on the outside, you knock the pins out and the doors come right off. 10-15 minutes max. Right. Also, have fire extinguishers. Right. And then one of the things on my list this month to get for sure is a welding blanket, because I need to hang that over by where the wood burning stove is on the back porch to ensure that it doesn't get so hot that it catches that shit on fire. By the time it catches it on fire, it'll be too late to put it out. I may get around to building a burn barrel. So one of the things you need to know is, if you look at the trash you generate right now, it's from packaged goods. Whether it's shit you're getting from Amazon, cans from food, paper stuff from food. Once you work through your supplies, all that shit will be gone. There won't be no more Amazon. So work on it. Work on it, work on it, work on it. Yeah, more prepping, a little bit of living, seek knowledge. Preferably get knowledge that's in black and white and paper, so that you can reference it at a later date, or somebody that maybe wants to learn can reference it. And if you know shit and you read it and like that doesn't make sense, then don't get that book. Get the book that makes sense to you, if you know about shit. If you don't know about shit, try to find someone you can ask about it, to have them look at it and go, yeah, it's good, or no, it's bad. Because it's a thing. People know things, some people don't. And if you're in the I don't know mode, then you're going to be sucking high and titty when it comes time. Alright? And it's not if, it's when now. Alright. New phone. We'll see what the video looks like, because I review them all before I post them up. The baby chick is doing fine. Mom has got him, or her, and keeps him close. I got to go get some more baby chick food. Maybe tomorrow, but I think I can make it till Monday. So, information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot. Share the love. Cheap Prepper. Out.